So fuck, bro. You played Magic.
Yes, sir.
Johnson. So tell me, like, before you even got the gig, you were auditioning to play Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
You're a former athlete. Like, you're from Michigan. Like, he's got it where Magic is from. So it's got to be like this crazy like opportunity, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, tell me about the thought process going to the auditions and wanting this part so bad and knowing like this is my role, not only because I have the ability to portray Magic, but he's me. Like, he's from Michigan. This is my guy. Like, just tell me about the pursuit of that opportunity and what it felt like when you landed it.
So this is May 2019 when I booked it, right? I want to say in like January 2019, I was thinking about going to the military. Because like I had been doing stuff like I've been auditioning and like I hadn't booked a role that actually paid me any money. So like people were telling me like, you're good, but like, you know, and I wasn't booking anything. So I felt like maybe I needed time to cook longer and like get older and like age into some better roles, right?
Right.
But for me, I stuck around. And so what I wanted to get to is like, during the audition process for Magic, which is
like 5-6 weeks long, 7 weeks, like a crazy audition process, right? Yeah,
around there. I went into the audition. I was kind of like, I didn't even know what it was for. Like, I was just kind of auditioning. I saw that it was Magic. When I was like, I had one of the callbacks that I had was like LeBron in a commercial. So I was like, is it really LeBron? It's not really LeBron.
So am I being presumptuous in thinking what I said before, like that you knew Magic and it was like you were hype and like, or was he just kind of like some old dude who's from Michigan? Like,
I mean, I knew who he was, but like it wasn't like reading it on paper. It didn't register.
Okay,
I think
that's
so.
Fair.
For me, I got the audition like on a Wednesday. I looked at it, I was like, all right, cool, I got an audition on Friday, cool, whatever. I woke up Friday, and I looked at it again, and I was like, oh, it's some sides in here. So I had to like go print the sides out because I didn't realize that they were there. Right. And I just brought them to the audition with me and read off the paper. Because like, I was just like, at that point, I had auditioned so many times, and I was just like,
dude,
I know.
Like, it's Magic. It's like, what are we talking about?
I didn't see none of that on that paper until I want to say I went in, did it, didn't think nothing of it, left.
Okay.
And then 2 weeks later, I'm back in Michigan, in Detroit, celebrating my cousin's 25th birthday. And I get an email directly from my agent, which usually doesn't happen. It usually goes through Actors Access, and then that's how I know I got an audition or whatever.
Right.
She was like,
serious though.
She was like, yo, you got a call back for this. And I look at it, and I'm like, HBO, Magic Johnson, wait. And then I saw Adam McKay, and I'm like, wait a second, what is this? Like,
you didn't remember doing it,
bro. Like, I did, but like, it was just like, I didn't. Again, I had done a commercial that was supposed to be LeBron, but it didn't register that this was like an actual role to play this person in this TV show.
Yeah, it's almost like self-preservation, right? Like, you're told no so much, you just kind of figure out a process to go through the process without it being so super personal.
Yeah,
right? Like,
because, you know, I think
you get it, so.
As an actor, I feel like when you're doing auditions, you leave a piece of yourself inside that.
No doubt.
Like with that, like, you don't want to hype yourself up too much because it's like, you know, like then you sitting there thinking about it, you got to let it go a little bit. So I think for me, once I saw that, I was like, oh. And then that's when, you know, I read the book that it was based on. I watched a whole bunch of his videos, his interviews, like tried to get his talking pattern down. And like from there, I was like, yo, I'm about to be prepared as I possibly can be coming into this callback. And that's when Adam McKay, Kevin Messick, Jim Heck, Max Bourne, Francine Mays, all these people are sitting in the room, Stacy, where I'm able to like, I'm seeing them and like, it's almost daunting, right? But like for them, like, I remember Adam, like, we just started talking about my college. He, you know, he's from Philly, too.
He's from Philly?
Yeah.
Adam McKay?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah. I just didn't know that. That's dope. I might have to call him.
He went to school in Chicago, and he used to come up to Kalamazoo for, like, the improv group that was there. And, like, but I just remember him talking about that, and it just made me feel, like, at ease. And, like, they say, you know, the people in the room are rooting for you. And I felt it that day, you know? And like, I went through the process, like the audition process or the callback, and people were laughing and like, it was just very warm in that room.
Right.
And it made me feel like, yo, like regardless of what happens, I had a great callback in front of these people. I made fans.
You belong there.
Yeah.
You're an actor now.
Yeah. So that made me feel good. And then I want to say like a week and a half later, I get a call saying like, hey, they want, you know, you to do a basketball thing with Rick Fox. And from there, we went to Pan Pacific Park. And then an hour, he put me through a brutal workout. And then the second hour, like some of the producers came in, like taped it. And then I guess they sent it to HBO. We finished up an hour later. Francine Maisler and Adam McKay was on the phone telling me I got the part.
That's a crazy moment, right?
Dude, I remember it like vividly, like, cause I'm on the phone, they called me, and I'm like, hey, Quincy, is, you know, Francine and Adam just wanted to tell you, you know, we want you to play, you know, the role of Magic. And I remember muting it, screaming, going hard, unmuting it, being like, thank y'all.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Yep, I'm excited to get to work, you know?
Yeah.
And from there, hung up, screamed some more, called my mom, told her about it. She had a little Pomeranian dog at the moment. She's screaming, running around, the dog running around her. And then just calling my peoples, man, and just having so much love being poured into me that day, bro. And I just remember just like feeling like light and like just like, yo, I did it, accomplished in a way, but also being like determined, like, all right, now I gotta show the fuck up.
That's what I was about to say. Once the excitement of the victory with moms and family and the homies and all that, like, then you had that quiet moment and you're like, fuck, yo, like, I actually have to do this shit.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to ever talk to Magic?
No.
Ever?
Nope.
You've
I
never
still
talked
haven't
to him?
to this day talked to him.
Have you heard anything about what he thinks?
I mean, people tell me here and there, but I'm like, if it ain't coming from him, I'm like, I don't put much stock in it.
I wonder, do you know why you haven't talked to him?
I mean, my guess, this is purely based off speculation, because, you know, I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a show that he didn't have a part of, and he didn't get a say on how he was portrayed, right?
Fair.
So for him to like, for us, I guess for him to like talk to me about it, it feels like that might be like a sign off on it or something.
Which he wasn't afforded the opportunity for whatever the reasons,
right?
Like a lot of people,
right?
To sign off,
right?
So you feel like, well, then that's why he's not fucking with me. No, it's not personal. It's just
business. Like he's a businessman. So
we know
I'm
this.
Like,
yeah, we know this.
You know?
Yeah. So you did 2 seasons, right? 2 seasons in the can.
Yep.
Both are out, right?
Yep.
And that's it's a wrap on that, right?
Yep.
So you're an actor.
Yeah, man.
You're just trying to figure out the next gig right now. So tell me about, I know you have a movie coming up. Just tell me about, like, not necessarily that film if you want to talk about it, but just tell me about, like, the feeling, like, you have this instant hit show.
Yeah.
You're playing an icon. Everyone knows your face. Everyone all of a sudden knows your name.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
Yeah.
This is the life of an actor. Tell me about your journey post Winning Time as you're just kind of like navigating that space of an actor and pursuing your dreams.
Yeah. So I think I feel like we all kind of thought that Winning Time would be a bigger show than what it was, right? So like I think between season 1 and season 2, I was able to kind of adjust my expectations a little bit,
right? Because
I was in a space of like where I'm getting these cool projects that I can like read and look at, but also, 1, they weren't getting made, or 2, I was losing out to other actors that's been doing it longer, and like that are great, you know. So I'm like, it was like this weird space to be in, because it's like I'm, for lack of a better term, I'm too big for these roles and too small for these roles, right? So I think for me, it was just about patience and like allowing the right roles to come to me. And one of the roles that came was like this small indie that I knew from a producer that I knew who I went to school with. He was like a couple years behind me. We didn't really know each other in college, but like just the connection, I was like, yeah, come on, like let's have lunch.
Same shit,
and he told me about the script. So I ended up doing a small indie last year which we got into a festival this year, and we're still in the process of selling it. I was able to become an EP on it as well. So that helped me understand like how the filmmaking process goes.
Right.
And then from fast forward to this year, I was able to kind of essentially book my first role since Winning Time, like first big role through CAA, where I'm now able to play a military operative on like a top mission.
With Zach Levi.
Yep, Zach Levi and Liam Neeson.
My Austin brethren. Zach
Levi. So I'm like, from there, I'm just, trying to be smart and strategic about how I choose my roles and how and just like what I put my stock into and what I'm like actively pursuing, because I also want to do producing.
Right.
Or I am doing producing. Right. I don't want to. I'm doing it.
Right.
And like I have some other films that's like one that's potentially greenlit, like to go right after Hotel Tehran is the movie with Zach Levi.
Right. Yeah.
So when I come back from shooting that, hopefully I'm shooting a film that I'm also producing, and it should be shooting at my college actually in Kalamazoo.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So obviously producing is one of your first big Why Not Me moments, and you're doing it early in your acting career, which is really cool.
Yep.
I think we talked a little bit about the last time we chatted about there is a desire at some point to be a director.
Yeah.
And we understand there's steps to this shit. Like, but is that like down the road, like far down the road, or is that something you really are focused on in the near future? And tell me like what your thought process is around that.
Like, I think it used to be something where I was like, especially on Winning Time, I thought we was gonna have like at least like 4 or 5 seasons. Right. And I thought that I would get an opportunity on that show to direct.
Which makes sense.
Sally
Richardson was just crushing it so badly as a director though, because she's so awesome.
Just sidebar, Sally is the shit.
She's the shit.
Like, she is no nonsense, but at the same time will love you up as much as you need it, and then kick you in the ass and be like, go out there. You know what I mean?
I love Sally Richardson.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, I can't say enough good things about her.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
But I essentially that was the plan, and I think that kind of pushed the dates back a little bit, because I was, I've been working on a short film that I wanted to direct, but like honestly, at this point, I'm like, with the producing arm and the acting arm, I'm like, the itch is going away a little bit, but I'm like, for the right project, I think where I'm like, I have to direct this. I feel like that's what would encourage me to direct.
Got you. Because, and I think acting, writing, directing, producing, like they're all synonymous at certain points in time. Like there's ways to kind of lean into all those different verticals depending on what makes the most sense. So I think that producing and acting right now is your thing. Directing is down the road. Like there's a lot. Writing maybe it's another thing you decide to pursue at some point.
I've been working on some scripts here and there with writing, and I think with writing, I'm better at like story and like help and working with a writer to like develop and create a story as opposed to right. And I don't know. I might not be giving myself enough credit, but I think right now that's more the way that I'm pursuing it.